Good morning and welcome, everyone. I call to order the Thursday, April 20th, Kansas Corporation Commission business meeting. On today's agenda, we have 3 noticed items and 37 consent agenda items. Commissioners, you've had the opportunity to read and study the consent agenda items. Are there any questions or comments? And I will start first with Commissioner Keene.
No questions, thank you.
And Commissioner French.
No questions. I move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. The motion passes. Thank you. We will move to our 3 noticed items, and we begin with the first item. Ahsan Latif is here to explain the item.
Good morning, Commissioners. I believe the first penalty before you is a penalty which assesses a $4,000 $950 fine to Ebenezer Logistics LLC.
Ahsan, could you please give us the order, the docket number, or please? I do not have it here.
No worries. It's 23 Tram 63010 PEN. In the matter of the investigation of Ebenezer Logistics LLC of Olathe, Kansas, regarding the violations of the motor carrier safety statutes, rules, and regulations, and the Commission's authority to impose penalties, sanctions, and/or revocation of motor carrier authority.
Okay, thank you. And if you will proceed.
Sure. The penalty order before you assesses a fine of $4,950 to Ebenezer Logistics LLC, a common motor carrier which hauls general freight and is based out of Olathe, Kansas. Staff believes the order appropriately assesses penalties against the carrier and recommends approval of the order. Both I and staff are available to answer any questions.
Thank you. We'll begin with questions. First with Commissioner Keene.
No questions.
Commissioner French.
No questions. I move approval of the described order.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to this order. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Our second item, if you would please, Ahsan, please give us the docket number.
This is docket number 23 TRAM 641-PEN. It is a penalty order that assesses a fine of $10,500 to Midwest Express LLC, a common motor carrier that hauls grain, feed, and hay, as well as aggregates based out of Moscow, Kansas. Again, staff believes the order appropriately assesses penalties against this carrier and recommends approval of the order. Both I and staff again are available for questions.
Thank you. Again, I'll start with Commissioner Keene. Questions or comments?
No questions.
And Commissioner French?
I have no questions. Move approval of the order in this docket.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the order. I would like to add my comment. The last order and this order has their large dollar fines, but personally, I believe they're extremely appropriate. We seem to have some serious issues involving truckers on Kansas roadways, and it's multiple violations in a company. I do believe that our staff and has appropriately fined the company, and there is follow through after the fine. And I believe that the financial aspect is hopefully a deterrent to future problems with this company. We have a motion and second. All those in favor, please vote aye.
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 The motion passes. Thank you. Our third noticed item.
Sure. It is the investigation of Bixenman Bros Incorporated of Grainfield, Kansas, docket number 23-TRAM-674-PEN. This penalty order assesses a fine of $10,750 to Bixenman Bros Incorporated, a common motor carrier that hauls general freight, livestock, grain, feed, hay, and farm supplies, and again is based out of Greenfield, Kansas. The penalty order alleges 6 violations. And this is notable for one violation. Staff requests the commission diverge from the penalty matrix due to the severity of the alleged violation. The carrier was involved in a fatality accident during hazardous weather situation. And this violation is not currently on the penalty matrix, but because of the severity of it, we asked the commission to diverge and issue a $5,000 penalty for this violation. The vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed in a dust storm where there was low visibility and struck 2 vehicles that had already had an accident and were stopped in the middle of the road that he could not see. So the total penalty for this carrier is $10,000, $750. And staff believes that the order appropriately assesses penalties against the carrier and recommends approval of the order with the violation that diverges from the penalty matrix. Again, staff and I are available to stand for questions.
Thank you, Hassan. I'll first again turn to Commissioner Keen for comments or questions,
No questions, thank you.
and Commissioner French.
No questions, but I move approval of the order as described.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the order. All those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thank you. Thank you, Hassan. I appreciate your work on these.
No problem.
Commissioners, that is everything on our agenda. Are there any other items that you would like to bring forward? Commissioner Keen?
I move we adjourn, thank you.
Second.
There's a motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Take care.